Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Drinks and a Movie. Chris Hamker here with you. Today we'll be talking about Martin Scorsese's epic mobster film, The Irishman, which was out in limited release in the theaters, but is now on Netflix. But first, let's start with a drink, of course, and the drink is going to be very appropriate for this. It was like the heavens opened up, and the good Lord himself told me, I have the perfect drink for you. It's the Irish car bomb. Because it's called The Irishman, and there are literal car bombs in this movie. So, we're going to do the Irish car bomb. It's fairly simple, but also not something to be joked around with. The Irish car bomb is a half of pint of Guinness, Irish kind of nitro stout. So fill it up halfway here. And in your shot glass, you take Jameson's Irish whiskey, Irish, half in the shot glass, and then Bailey's Irish cream. I'm going to say Irish a lot in this video. So anybody who's not familiar with this drink, be sure when you pour the Bailey's in, and then what you're going to do is half and half with Jameson's Bailey's Irish cream in your shot glass, drop it in the Guinness, and then drink it all. Be sure to drink it all fairly quickly because the Bailey's, when it's dropped into the Guinness, can curdle. And it can be really gross if you don't drink it quickly. So, be sure to drink it quickly because you don't want to get, kind of sick. Not just get sick, but it's just kind of gross. So anyway, here's to The Irishman, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, back better than ever, and the Irish car bomb. Cheers, everybody. It's also a good idea to don't tip the glass all the way back because the shot glass could fall in your face. I didn't do that just then because I know what I'm doing. I haven't done that in a while. All right, so The Irishman is directed by Martin Scorsese and is written by Steven Zaillian and stars Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci. It pretty much centers around Robert De Niro's character Frank Sheeran, who is this actual man. This is based off a book. Actual man that existed that had close ties with the Bufalino crime family, I think is how you say it. I could be saying it wrong. If I am, please don't blow up my car. So he had close connections with that crime family, which also had close connections with the Teamsters Union that was run by Jimmy Hoffa at the time, who's played by Al Pacino. And so it's about Frank, Robert De Niro's character, kind of taking stock of his life and looking back on it and telling the story about how he got involved in organized crime all the way to the Teamsters with Jimmy Hoffa and to the end of his life. So I'll deal with the kind of elephant in the room just real quick. This movie is just about 3.5 hours long. Not quite 3.5 hours, so everyone is fine. It's long. And it feels long because anything that's 3.5 hours long that you sit in one sitting to do is going to feel long. But I want to make it clear that it doesn't feel long in the sense of I was never bored. I was always interested into what was going on. I never felt like they should cut things out. I'm not an editor. I don't know what you would cut out, honestly. But it did feel like a 3.5 hour epic story of this crime family, of Frank's life. I mean, it pretty much went from the late 50s all the way to modern day, essentially, or the 2000s. It's really an incredible film. I think Martin Scorsese has gone back to the thing that he knows best. Like back with Goodfellas or Casino. and these large sprawling stories that are very involved, but very interesting and very intricate, and just like Goodfellas, just like Casino, they kind of are weighted on the shoulders of the actors involved, and they delivered 100%. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci are full in amazing, and it was as if De Niro never made Meet the Fockers, Al Pacino never made Jack and Jill, and it was as if Joe Pesci was still alive. I'm kidding. I know he's still alive. He just hasn't been around a lot. But they're incredible, especially Joe Pesci. I think they could all be nominated for awards, but Joe Pesci is just on another level. De Niro and Pacino put in their incredible performances as usual, but Pesci has this kind of subdued, sort of just calculated and thought out character, and he's kind of the head of this crime family that De Niro gets involved in, that is just astounding and beautiful to see. I think he's one of our greatest actors, and he just owned every moment he was on screen, up against these like powerhouse, personalities like De Niro and Pacino. Even Harvey Keitel has this little wonderful moment. This film is long. It's got a lot in it. I'm just gonna drink the Guinness. It's got a lot in it. It's got a lot happening. There's a lot of storylines, but it's not confusing. It just takes place over a long period of time. Now, I will say, due to the length, there is this strange structure to it. At a certain point in the film, there seems to be this sort of epilogue type moment where they're like, here's where all the characters are years from now, and what's happened, and it kind of jumps forward in time. And while I was watching, I was like, okay, it's over. It's, I wasn't looking at the time or checking. I saw it on Netflix. It didn't come around here to theaters. So I saw it on Netflix, and I wasn't checking the time, checking anything like that. But after this epilogue moment happened, there's another solid 35 minutes after that. And so it was a little strange for me. Again, I don't think anything should have been cut out, but there is this kind of expectation of we're wrapping things up, and they didn't, and they just kept going and going. So it felt a little like, okay, well, so what? Now we have to focus on something else. Also, there's a second elephant in the room, which is this idea of de-aging. I honestly, after this movie, the de-aging is great. I don't know what anybody's age is or what they look like. I feel like they aged them up at a certain point and they aged them back at a certain point, and it looked really good. I don't know if they hit the mark on what they were going for the de-aging, because I feel like De Niro didn't look the age I think he was supposed to be at the beginning, and but then at the end, the performances took hold, and it didn't matter about the computer aging process. They especially Pesci and De Niro as like older men was just a beautiful thing to watch. If you just want like a masterclass in acting, watch that. So, but the structure is a little weird. I think the movie's trying to say a lot. I don't know if they hit the mark at all times. I think theme-wise, it's about just a man taking stock of his life, and you really get that kind of weighty feel of did he do the right thing? Is he is he happy with the way things went? I mean, the point of view from like his family was very clear. Like from his daughter, there's his daughter character. The older version is played by, out of nowhere, Anna Paquin. Has this kind of judgment on him the entire time, and eventually he kind of tries to figure out what he did wrong or how he could have done things better. I think the movie is about this guy realizing that he didn't he didn't do everything right, but it doesn't quite also nail the idea of the character actually learning anything. But again, it's that Martin Scorsese very gray area that I think he loves to do. He loves to like just take characters and go, are they good? Are they not? Should you root for them? Should you not? Are they cowards? Are they brave? Are they taking care of their family? Or are they just selfish? This thing tries to take all those things and go, I don't know. You decide for yourself. I suggest watching it. It's on Netflix. You don't have to watch it all in one sitting. I mean, you can kind of break it up. I mean, I think you should try to watch it all in one sitting because that's how it's supposed to be. But definitely watch it because it's well worth your time. And that's it. So big recommendation from me. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Drinks and Movie here is back. Have a drink on me. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.